Hi guys, praise Jesus. Hope all of you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Becky. I bring you awesome, fun and timely content on all my platforms. So thank you for clicking onto this video. If you are not subscribed, our goal for the year is 5k subscribers. We are almost hitting 1k. I mean almost. And I want all of you to smash that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed. And yes, we are gonna grow together. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, share it with a friend or to your family, your circle. Just share it with them, and I hope they enjoy it too, and ask them to subscribe. I would really appreciate that. On to today's video now. In changing seasons and in changing times, I have found myself, let me just say, frustrated and heartbroken and disappointed by the different situations and circumstances I found myself in. And today I just thought I would just share with you guys some personal experiences of frustration and how I got through them, just to encourage you. You get like, just to encourage you. If you're new here, these sit down videos, these Thursday sit down videos, these chit chats are just to share what I have gone through, and if you're going through the same, how to navigate it, and yeah, just growing together and helping each other out. So I remember this one time after I had finished campus. No, it's actually when I went to campus, when I was beginning campus. And I'm grateful for a family that, you know, took me to school that is very serious about academics, because I was taken to school, admission day, left in the school, left to tafuta maisha, as it is often said in Kenya, African. And I remember just being in this confusion. I was like, so what am I supposed to do? Like, where are the classes? How do I make friends and stuff? And I remember making this amazing friend. She was my roommate. She was called Juliet. Juliet is currently right now in Colombia pursuing an engineering degree, or is it law? I'm not sure. But I remember just this one time just being like, I am so confused. I honestly do not know what these people expect from me. Like, I don't know why I am in this place. And in that feeling, I had few incidences, you know, and in those incidences, every time it would happen, I would feel even more displaced, like more misplaced, sorry. Like, I would keep feeling like I am not in the right place, I'm not in the right place, I'm not in the right place. And at one point, I honestly considered like dropping out of campus when I was in first year. And I remember it got so bad, it got into my head, so it became a mental thing. And I remember this night, I was seated in my house. If you have visited me when I was in campus, you know the house. I had moved from the hostel at that point. And I remember just sitting in my house, and I got such a bad panic attack. I had to call my sister, like Virginia. Thank God she never used to live far off. So I call her up and I'm like, yo, I can't breathe. Like, and at that time I was honestly scared because I had never had a panic attack before. And I remember just calling her and be like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Please come and help me. Please come and help me. I can't breathe. And she panicked. I could just hear it in her voice. And she was like, I'm coming right now. And I sat on my bed and I was just gasping for air. I was gasping for air. And at that moment, I didn't realize it was the beginning of a bigger thing. But at that point, all I could think about was just breathe. Literally, just breathe, baby girl. Just breathe. And my sister came with her roommate. Both of them are my friends till date. Of course, come on, my sister family. But yeah, and I remember them coming and they just sat there with me until like 3 a.m., almost 4. And all I was doing was just breathing. I was just breathing. And I remember she was asking me, what has brought this? Like, you are just fine just today. What's happening? And I didn't have words for it. I didn't know how to say it. I did not know how to explain that I feel like I'm in the wrong place. I don't feel like this is my life. I feel like I don't want to be here. And like, that was the beginning of, I don't even know what to call it, because it is not midlife crisis. It is not young adult. It was just a crisis. And I remember being in that limbo, and in that season, I ended a relationship I was in, because at that point I was feeling everything is wrong. I was feeling my relationship is, I'm not supposed to be in this relationship. I'm not supposed to be in this school. I'm not supposed to be in this ministry. And I remember the one thing that rooted me in that season is church, is just being in ministry. And I was in the worship ministry where I am still now. And there's this amazing minister that is a friend of mine. And I remember calling them up and being like, yo, I don't feel like I can do this anymore. Can you give me a break? Can you give me a few months to just sit and think about my life and think about my future and think about what I want to do next, because I feel like I'm in the wrong place. And at that time, I didn't have a great relationship with anyone at home. So there's no one, like, I know someone is wondering, why did you talk to like your guardian or stuff? That's not how the setup was then. Yeah. So I remember just talking to them and telling them, you know what, I feel so misplaced. I feel like I'm not impactful. I feel like I need time and space to just sit down, be on myself, just on my own, maybe drop out of campus for a little, defer for a semester, and just chill and just figure it out. And they were like, you know what, let us meet up and actually get to the root of this issue. So we meet up and we went to a restaurant somewhere and just sat. And bruh, I had never talked about the totality of this situation, how it made me feel, until that day. I remember sitting in that restaurant and just bawling my eyes and just being like, I feel like I'm in the wrong place. I feel like I'm doing the wrong cause. I feel like my friends are not the right friends for me. I feel like my relationship is wrong. I feel like I'm not supposed to be in ministry. I don't deserve it. I just feel like I'm in the wrong place. And I remember him telling me that, you know, we don't serve because we are in the right place. Like, that is far from the whole idea of serving. You don't go to school because it is like the right, like, you going to school is not because like it's a feeling thing. It's not a feeling thing, basically. He was telling me it's not a feeling thing. And at that point, I could not understand it. I could not get what he was saying. Because in that moment, let me tell you, when you're in the middle of a crisis, when you're having like 3 panic attacks a day, when you can't function, when you go to class and you've just zoned out, when you go to church and you look around and you're just like, what am I even doing here? All you want is a break. Like, all you want is space to just be like, you know what? Let me just chill at home. Let me not do anything. Let me just stay here. And I remember him telling me, your feelings can be wrong, because feelings change. You can be feeling amazing right now. You can be okay this minute, and the next minute you're going through the worst pain of your life, and it's all your feelings. You can be with a group of friends and your feelings tell you, no, these are not the friends you're supposed to be having. These friends are not good. And those are just your feelings. It does not mean they are right. Just because you feel it does not make it right. And at that point, I started just, like, I would just sit and I would, every time a thought would come to my mind of, you are in the wrong place, you're not supposed to be here, I would just tell myself, you know what, boo, that's a feeling, it's gonna pass. And trust me, it passed. Like, after a while it passed. But then I had to look into myself, like look into my life and try to find, you know, the source of this feeling, the root of this feeling of being misplaced, the root of this feeling of just feeling like I don't deserve to be here. And I remember just sitting and looking back at my primary school, and the same was happening. Looking back at high school, I've shared my high school stories before, and the same was happening. So I had gone through so many traumatic situations and circumstances by this age, by the time I was in university, that I had already robbed myself of the idea that anything good could ever come from me. And I had already told myself, you will never be a minister, stop, you're not good enough. You'll never finish campus, you're not good enough. You don't deserve to be in a good, respectful relationship, you are not good enough. And I had told myself that, and people around me had shown me that, and I know people are not responsible for our traumas, but there are things they said, there are things they did that got me to that point, to that mentality, to that head frame, and now going to campus and living alone and navigating that on myself and feeling unsupported and feeling like I could not do this. It just it brought back all that trauma all at once. And just, I don't know, I feel like we all have these seasons where you're just like, I feel like I'm in the wrong job. I feel like I need to find another job. I feel like I need to be in a different relationship. I feel like I need to be in a different church. I feel like, and all these are feelings. Like, even older people go through this. Like, you're just sitting and you're like, is this the family I'm supposed to be bringing up? I feel like I'm bringing up my children in the wrong way. And all these feelings, they're justified. Like, I validate those feelings because I have been in a place where I was having those feelings and no one validated them, and I carried it forward and I kept quiet and I jumbled them up until one day it just exploded in my face like, yo sis, this is it, this is your reality. You're like, it's downward, like you're going downward. And I found myself in that situation just in this recent past, just a few weeks ago. I found myself feeling that exact way. And that is when I remembered that our past experiences are the manual we need for our future self. Literally, like that was the thought for me. I remember sitting and being like, or I'm just doing everything wrong. And I had to like bring back the old me that was in that previous situation and just tell myself, baby girl, you went through this before and you got through it, and you're going through it right now, and you're gonna get through it because, come on, you've done it before. And this is just for, I don't know, just for anyone that is in that season where you feel like we finished campus, everyone has a job except me. You know, everyone seems to be excelling except me. Everyone seems to be excelling in their career. Everyone's family seems to be winning. Every person my age seems to be having, you know, money and stuff and stability. They have moved out of home. They have amazing friendships. Their friendships look amazing. Trust you me, that's a life from hell. Like, that is a life from the enemy. And coming from a person that was in such a season, and I gave that thought a chance, and it pulled me down for such a long time, I am here to encourage you and tell you that you will get through this. If you need to talk to someone, because what saved me was I talked to someone, because I had gotten to such a dark place, like even thinking about the unthinkable. Yes, I did. I was in that space. And just having a voice of reason, like just talking to a trusted person and just being able to openly share and just be like, this is it, this is my truth in this season, I don't know what to do about it. And that saved me from a lot. So if you're in that season where you feel like everyone else is progressing except you, talk to someone, talk to God. And I had never taken interest in my relationship with God. Believe me, I was serving in church, and I was not deep with my relationship with God. It was just singing and going home. And after that season, I remember going through that season and intentionally creating time to talk to God, intentionally creating time to pray, intentionally creating time to listen to His word, to just sit still and just wait on Him. And that is just what I want to tell you this morning, that like today, whatever time you're watching this, afternoon probably, like all seasons are not going to be pleasant. All seasons are not going to be beautiful and just fairy tales. No, there are seasons that will knock you down. There are seasons that will beat you up until there's nothing left of you. A season that will come and take everything you have to offer and you'll be left with nothing left. But you still need to keep going, because it's like a greater thing awaits you. A greater thing awaits you. I sit here today and I look back at 3, 4, 5 years back and going through that situation, going through all those emotions. And believe me, at that time, there's no way I was going to come home. Like, those avenues of communication are not as open in my home, where I could just come and tell my guardian, you know what, I need a therapist. It was not the case. I could not do that. Like at that time, like therapy was so demonized. It was like, if you're going to therapy, you're psychotic, you're mad, you're sick, and that is a lie. That's another lie. If you need to see a therapist, go do it. If you need to see a counselor, go do it. If you need to talk to your parent and you feel they will understand you, talk to them. Get help. Because honestly, just talking about it, sharing it with someone that I trusted at the time, someone that I knew had the best interest in mind for me, that saved me from that situation. And so yeah, that's it. Like, I just thought I could share that because it's a situation I found myself in just a few weeks back, and it weighed heavy on me, hence why they have not been sit down videos. If I'm being honest with myself, like, I had that feeling of, I don't deserve to be here, I don't deserve to have this flourishing career, I don't deserve to have this flourishing, content creation space, I don't deserve to have all of you here. What is it that I bring to the table? And in that thought, I had to like take time and just take time off and just think about what I want to do and think about where I want to be, and just simply sit and just let the Holy Spirit just validate that, you know what, you are loved, you deserve all this, it is in your purpose, and you'll get through this. And just recently, it was my birthday, and a friend of mine shared a post, and she wrote that, if not for anything, one thing I love you for is, through my toughest season, you shared this with me. And these are exact words that I told her, that, baby girl, sometimes you need to sit still and know that God is God, and He has the best for you. The plans He has for you are plans to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. And you might not see it right now. It might not be the case in your situation, but just be still and know that God is God. And being still is not beautiful. Sitting still is not comfortable. It is not the most amazing of seasons, but in that stillness, you will find God, and in finding God, you will find you. And I remember reading that post on my birthday, and tears just came down my eyes, because I just remembered a few weeks I was literally in that space of just being still and knowing that He is God. And there's this song I like. It's by Clay and some other lady. I've forgotten her name. I will link it. I will, you know what? I'll make it pop up here. You can just click on it and listen to it. It's about being still. And yes, so thank you for watching. I hope you have been encouraged. I hope your spirits have been lifted. And mostly, I hope you have been validated that it's a season, it passes, it's a feeling, it changes. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Please leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought, if you've been in such a season, how you went about getting through it. I would really appreciate. Give this video a massive thumbs up. It helps it a lot. And subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.